Right, welcome to today's podcast from your virtual mentoring series with Imran. In today's podcast, I want to share with you what I call the Productivity Checklist Entrepreneurs Edition. There's going to be two editions to this. Number one, if you're listening to this and you already have a business, that's good for you because it's a perfect match for you. Now, if you don't yet have a business and you want to start a business, look out for my future upcoming podcast next week where I will show you your own checklist version. All right, so again, today's going to be all about what do you need to do daily to become extremely productive. Because I think the main reason why most entrepreneurs are not productive is because they're always working in their business and not on their business. And the difference is very stark. Working in your business means you kind of changing your website, you're calling your customers, you're doing a bit of design. That's only working inside where you're just facilitating your growth of your business from inside out. Instead, you need to take a step back and take a look at how you can improve your business strategically. And because a lot of people don't know how to do this, they don't even have an inkling of an idea of what to do on a daily basis, they sometimes get lost, right? And then what happens when you get lost? What happens when you get lost is that you kind of just give up on yourself. And then you go back to the whole routine of working in your business all the time, fighting fires A, B, and C every single day. But I hope that this podcast, what I'm going to be sharing with you in the next few minutes, will actually wake your idea up to what's actually possible. Right, let's begin. There are only 3 things for you to do daily. And I learned this from my mentor, Justin Devonshire, who was based in Cyprus. I went over to Cyprus a couple of times to learn from him. And I want to share with you what I learned from him, right? And he said that, Imran, you can have anything you want to have in life if only you do 3 things. And those 3 things are, number 1, you want to be able to get more leads. Write this down. You want to be able to get more leads. Number 2, you want to be able to close more of those leads. Right? So you get more inquiries or leads, and then you want to be able to close more leads or close more inquiries. And then thirdly, you want to be able to upgrade your happy customers, aka upsell, right? Upsell is a scary word for most people, but upsells, is simply what we call an upgrade opportunity. So when you go to the McDonald's, at the point of checkout, the fellow over the counter just asks you like, hi, would you like to add on an apple pie with that? Would you like a Happy Meal with that? Would you like some toys with that? Right? Those things are what we call missed opportunities. If you actually miss out on offering your happiest customers more things, then they are going to want to buy from someone else anyway. So don't do that, all right? Don't shortchange, don't shortcut yourself. So those are the 3 things. Again, get more inquiries, close more of those inquiries, and then upsell more of your happy customers. Let's go to the checklist right now and see how all of these things comes together. Firstly, what you want to be able to do is you want to be able to train your team, right? You want to be able to outsource some of your tasks. Now, a lot of people are always confused about how you train your team because maybe you're just a mom and pop, you just started a business, you say, I can't afford any employees. Now, if you have employees, then you've got to train your team daily because, at the end of the day, your business is only as good as the people who runs the business. And you know as well as I know that you cannot run the business on your own, right? So now if you don't have money or cash to start up your entire team, then what I can recommend that you do is that you hire people for really cheap, like $3 to $5 per hour, or maybe even $800 per month or $600 per month. And I'm going to give you a couple of websites to go to. The first website is called upwork.com, upwork.com, upwork.com. You can go there and you can hire your teams. For example, you need to have your content done, you need to get your design done, you need to get your PowerPoint slides done. Don't spend an entire 1 week or 1 month trying to figure out things on your own, man. Because you know as well as I do that, in the time that you take to pay someone to do the job for $50, you took 3 days to complete it, you're gonna do a shittier job than them anyway, right? So you're gonna waste time and waste money and opportunity cost by trying to figure out everything on your own. This was the one big thing that I wish I had learned a couple of years ago. One big thing, right? So number 1, train your team, outsource some of your key components of your business to them. Trust in the process, trust in the people, and this will inevitably also increase your leadership skills. That's number 1. Now, number 2, you need to be consuming some knowledge every day, right? And I'm going to tell you why. Like what you're listening to right now, this podcast, this is an example of what we call knowledge, right? Why this is so important is because knowledge, when you consume knowledge, you actually excite yourself. You'll be like, oh my God, I didn't know this could work. Oh my God, I didn't know this actually do well. So go to YouTube, and if you're selling cakes, for example, go to YouTube and Google how to sell more cakes. If you're running a chiropractor office, Google for how do I get more customers for my chiropractic service. If you're a property agent, Google for how to get more leads as a realtor online. So when you Google for this and you consume, what's going to happen is that you are going to get excited. And when people tell me that when they listen to me, they get excited. And when you're in excited mode, guys, you're going to want to be able to do more and be more and keep more. right? That's the big secret, man. A lot of people don't understand this. You want to be able to keep yourself always in an excited state of motion, of movement. Money is attracted to speed and movement. Money is not attracted to perfection, so stop trying to be stagnant and perfect, okay? So consume some stuff on YouTube, and then why? Because it keeps you sharp as well. The next thing is that not only do you want to consume, you want to then immediately implement 2 or 3 things from what you learned. So if you watch a YouTube video and it says that you have to run some Google ads, at least go out there immediately 1 minute after the video, go ahead and try to create your Google AdWords account or create your Facebook account. And it may not be simple, but I'm asking you this: how do you eat an elephant? You eat an elephant piece by piece, right? Bit by bit. You don't think of it as a major project. Think of it as components and Lego blocks within that project. I hope that makes sense for you. You implement those things and make it a habit. And now, not only will you have a new habit or skill set of becoming what we call a content consumer, you're also going to have this new habit, what we call the content implementer. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Let's move on again. The next thing that you want to do is that you want them to share your knowledge with the world, right? Share the knowledge. Why? Simple. Because studies have shown that when you consume new information, the worst possible way to remember and make use of the information is just to keep it to yourself. The next best way is to try to be able to teach it to other people. And obviously the best way is to implement it. So I'm going to give you a hybrid over here. When you learn something online that excites you, you implement it and then you teach it to someone else. Why? Because when you teach it to someone else, it makes your memory permanent. It's how your teachers in school, the 60-year-old Jesus in school, right? Jesus, I don't know what you call it. How they do it is that memorize the entire syllabus year after year after year of teaching you geography or biology. What's going to happen is that they know all of this at the back of their fingernails, right? At the tip of their hands, they know all of these things. You want to be able to always teach people. And this is one of my big secrets why I'm able to implement massive growth in my own business is because I'm always teaching people. Take this podcast, for example. I didn't have to do this. It's 5:18 in the morning on a Saturday, right? 5:18 in the morning, a.m. But I'm doing this because I know selfishly that if I teach this to you generously, I am also going to be able to benefit. Does that make sense? Give me a virtual yes if this makes sense, okay? So again, consume some knowledge, implement it quickly, and share it with other people quickly. Now, what ways is it good for you to share this? Share this with your spouse, right? Your children, they may not want to hear it, but just share it with them anyway. Post it on your Facebook. Do a podcast like me. You don't even have to be fluent. Just share your thoughts and put it in a diary. Whatever, do something about it. And then the other thing that you want to do as well is you want to be able to work on your customer service. This was one of the biggest things that I was lacking in that we are actually improving on, right? For years, we actually have a customer support, which, sometimes takes more than a day to reply. And so recently I opened up a help desk and I put in 3 new support staff. And you don't have to do that, right? You can do the support on your own. I'm just telling you what to do when you grow, right? And I'm using this video walkthrough feedback system called loom.com, Loom.com, to record video walkthroughs for people because I realized that I was a lot more productive helping people through videos and audios than trying to type things out. I'm impatient. Like my brain is like 1,000 times faster than my rate of typing. So I'm slow at typing, but I can talk fast. Like I'm talking to you at 1,000 words per minute or whatever. I'm not sure, right? So find what's your best way of delivering support and do that. For me, it's doing support through video. So work a little bit on your customer service and then you want to also take a couple of minutes a day, 30 minutes a day to do content creation. And I want to tell you why. Because a lot of people don't have what we call marketing assets. On a daily basis, all you have to do is you have to create some content to be helpful to people. If you're a property agent, I wanted to write down a little bit or, do a little bit of audio or video about where you think the economy is heading and how does it impact the property market. If you're an insurance agent, I want to talk about how the recession is going to impact people and why they need more or less policies or products or whatever. Do a little bit of content because if you don't do content, guys, people are just going to be seeing you as a salesman. Oh, this person only wants to sell me. But when they have a bit of your content, now they're going to see, wow, this person actually knows something. I'm going to actually hire this person to do things for me. Does that make sense? It makes you more credible. It makes you more liked by them. It makes you more trustworthy in their eyes as well. Content is king, guys. So Gary Vee talks about this as well. You think that content is hard to do? No. The easiest way to do this is to just document your thoughts. So as you're doing stuff on a daily basis, if you're meeting up with a customer, you're helping a customer, record some of that. With their permission, use it as content, right? If you're trying trying to, coach someone over the phone, ask them for permission to record it as well. So now you can document something that you're going to do anyway, instead of trying to create new content, which is in all likelihood, and as well as I do, that most of us are not going to be able to do. So make sure that you do a little bit of content creation for a couple of minutes a day, 20 minutes to 30 minutes a day. The next one is this: after you've created content, you then want to be able to distribute or amplify the content. You want to be able to run some advertisements, okay? So on a daily basis, I really recommend you set aside 15 to 20 minutes a day to kind of create new advertisements every day. And I'm not joking, right? Every day, get into the habit, into your Facebook ads account, your Google account, your YouTube account, whatever, your LinkedIn account, whatever, and try to post some stuff, run some ads. If you don't have money for ads right now, post some stuff on classifieds, on Carousel, on Gumtree, on Locanto, on Craigslist, doesn't matter. Do something on a daily basis, guys. You need to be able to get more leads, right? Let me just, remind you again what Justin said. Every day, you need to be able to get more leads, you need to be able to close more leads, and you need to be able to upsell those leads, right? So this falls under the domain or the category of getting more leads. Very, very important. Now, I actually learned this method from Dean Graziosi, right? Russell Brunson talked about this. He said that there was one time when Russell Brunson was happy that he was selling a number of books, and then what happened per week, right? He was closing like 1,400 books per week or whatever. And then he had this phone call with Dean Graziosi, and then Dean told him that he had, like 4,000 books sold in a week. And Tony was like, how on earth are you doing this? So he flew down to meet Dean, and they compared the ads manager, and they found out that everything was the same except for one small thing. Dean Graziosi actually has a lot more creative. So he was selling these books. So whenever he went to the park, he would actually take a photo of his book in the park. When he went to climb some mountains, he would take a photo of him in the mountains. When he went golfing, when he went for massage, wherever he went, he would just take photographs of his books at different places. So when you have more creatives, you have more chances of finding out and running ads to see which types of customers likes which types of creative, therefore keeping your cost per lead on Facebook low. Does that kind of make sense? If it doesn't, drop me a PM and I'll see what I can do to help clarify this for you. I didn't want this podcast to go beyond 10 minutes. That's the reason why. And then the last thing that you want to do is you want to be able to reach out to past happy clients, and you want to be able to offer them more. Take a look at your invoices and see who was served well by me and who seemed happy, and how can I reach out to them and offer them other things, which means to say you need a value ladder. If you only have one thing to sell right now, you're in trouble, my friend, right? Find a second, third, fourth thing vertically or horizontally that you can use to sell to them over and over again. So just to summarize, I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. We spoke about a few things, right? We spoke about the 3 things daily that Justin Devonshire taught me, right? Get more leads, close more leads, and upsell. You need to train your team, outsource them to Upwork.com, consume some knowledge, get yourself excited, implement 2 or 3 things from what you learned, immediately share it with other people, work a little bit on customer service, do a little bit of content creation, distribute your content using ads or free classified ads, and then you have to reach out to past clients to offer them more. All right. Remember always, guys, life is not always about making more money. It's also about being more and keeping more of that money for your family and having more time and enjoyment to enjoy your life with. All right. So focus on those things as well. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. And if you have any questions, as always, let me know by PMing me or leaving it in the comments below. Thank you.